Our brains are getting more and more overflowed and overstimulated every day. There's just so much to think about. TikTok, laundry, am I thirsty? Should I buy a sandwich? Is my haircut actually this bad? And why do I hate my job? Should I read more or maybe less? And how the fuck are you supposed to keep up with all this mental noise? Lucky for you, I'm a ADHD master procrastinator and the CEO of overthinking. But I've found a way to bring order and peace into this mental chaos. This is the best thing I ever did for myself. This is my journal and why you should start one right fucking now. And this is not about writing poetry or becoming a productivity genius. This is for survival. If I didn't clear my brain every night, I genuinely think I'd lose my mind. Step 1, pick the right tools. These are all my journals I have since I started back in 2015. As you can see, I've tried many different variations of notepads, notebooks, and printed paper products. But which one is the right fit for you? The right answer would be anything you pick will be fine, but I do have some recommendations. Notepads are great to get started. They're good for brainstorming and messy sketches, but they are a little too clunky for my taste. Notebooks are smaller and better for traveling, but you're limited in space and comfortability. A very important aspect of your journaling routine will be the choice of your pen. I've tried many different pens over the course of the last 10 years, and in case of emergency, any pen will do. But my favorite pens are actually ones I found in a video from the magnificent Peter McKinnon. These are Japanese pens with an ultra-fine needle tip. They let you write with insane precision, which stops my ADHD brain from scrolling giant messy letters across the page. Maybe you already know what kind of pen you want to use. Maybe it's the one your father gifted you years ago, or the Mont Blanc you inherited from your grandpa that you now can finally put to use. Step number 2, and this one might be the most important one. The question is, how do you journal? Is there a right way or maybe even a wrong one? I tested many different ways to journal across those 11 years and I switched between them from time to time. There are journals with guided questions and tasks. There are completely raw and blank ones, habit trackers, dream journaling, mental health journal. There are so many different ways to write down your thoughts, but who needs what and what do you need? Guided journals are a great point to get started. They're fun and you'll feel immediate relief after only 2 minutes of writing. I've used them for over 2 years and they're often aggressively optimistic. I then transitioned into the journals I still use today because my chaotic brain couldn't cram its thoughts into 3 tiny lines. And honestly, as life got heavier, those positive, happy places didn't feel right anymore. I started using Blanco notepads and wrote down everything I felt, said, and needed out of my head. Personally, I use an A5 Blanco notebook. These are from a company named Leuchtturm and I stumbled upon them on Amazon one day. By the way, I'm 100% convinced they are the perfect journal, so I'll put a link down in the description. With these blank pages, I can do whatever I want. When I started back in 2017, I still used categories between my mental health updates and my thoughts just to keep track of things or to keep the routines I started with the guided journals. Categories I can really recommend you to try are 3 things I'm grateful for, classic. 3 things that went right today. Story-worthy moment of today. What was today's $1 million moment? What would need to happen tomorrow for me to consider it a successful day? Absolute gold. And the last one is a non-negotiable. Advice I would give to a friend if they were in my situation. Seriously, try that out tonight. We are incredibly compassionate to our friends and total dictators to ourselves. Write down your problem, pretend it's your best friend telling you, and write back to them. Step 3, make it a habit. Bring it everywhere. Maybe at home, maybe at work, at the local cafe. Journal in your car, journal on your car, journal in the shower. Well, okay, maybe not in the shower. Journal with your cat, journal on your cat, journal with your cat, on your cat, about your cat. Am I a fucking genius or what? But seriously, journal everywhere you go. Bring it with you all the time and make it a non-negotiable task of your day. I'm always journaling half an hour before I go to sleep and I'm writing down everything that's bothering me and simply everything that I feel like. And that leads me perfectly into the next question. How often should you journal? Journaling is a release valve, not a chore. If forcing you to do it daily stresses you out, just do it once a week. It also depends on how you're journaling. Is it a gratitude journal or a habit tracker? I would do them every day. Mental health journal maybe every day or every 2 days. And if you're using it to dump out the psychological drama and chaos in your head, use it sporadically. Treat it like an emergency exit. Pro tip: use every Sunday as a day to go through your head and write down everything. Throw it all onto that paper and you'll feel how much that benefits your mental health. Very important side note: every friend I have, every family member that knows that I'm journaling also knows that it's completely forbidden to read my journal or scatter through them without my permission. These books are my safe space. This is where I can be vulnerable and 100% honest. This is meant for nobody but me. And these are the 3 steps for your perfect journal. Pick your tools, get started, keep going. Always remember, it should bring you some kind of peace and joy. I've been doing this for over a decade now. These books hold my heartbreaks, my biggest business failures, and the moment I decided to turn my life around. They're like little time capsules. Don't let your life just pass by in a blur of TikTok scrolls. Grab a pen, dump the chaos, and give yourself some peace. If this gave you a spark, please hit subscribe and I'll see you next Sunday.